This video is for people in med school taking a shower and trying to relax and de-stress, but might want to learn something at the same time and maybe learn a little pharmacology. Today's lesson is high yield, I guess you could say. It's called Kiss Kick. Q-I-S-S-S-Q-I-Q. The Q will involve the G protein of Q, which involves the phospholipase C hitting the PIP2 to the DAG and IP3, DAG involving protein kinase C, and the IP3 increasing calcium and smooth muscle contraction. The I is the inhibitory factor involved in the G protein that inhibits adenylate cyclase, which stops ATP being turned into CAMP and thus stimulating the protein kinase A, which then would increase calcium for the heart and the myosin light chain kinase in the smooth muscle. And the GS, the S is obviously the GS and adenylate cyclase to ATP to CAMP. It'll stimulate that process, right? So, in terms of KISS, with 3 S's and kick, the first Q involves alpha 1, which increases vascular smooth muscle contraction, increases pupillary dilator muscle contraction, mydriasis, increases intestinal and bladder sphincter muscle contraction. I involves decreasing sympathetic adrenergic outflow, decrease insulin release, decreased lipolysis, increased platelet aggregation, decrease aqueous humor production, and that's for alpha 2. The first S involves the beta 1, and it increases the heart rate, the contractility, the renin release, and lipolysis. The second S in KISS involves beta 2 and involves vasodilation, bronchodilation, increased lipolysis, increased insulin release, decreased uterine tone, tocolysis, ciliary muscle relaxation, decreased aqueous humor production. The third S in KISS involves the beta 3, which increases lipolysis, increases thermogenesis in skeletal muscle. The fourth S, if you really want to go there, which might come up, is the D1, and that relaxes renal vascular smooth muscle. The D1, that is. And then you want to go even further and tack on another S. The vasopressin V2 increases H2O permeability and reabsorption in collecting tubules of kidneys. V2 is found in the 2 kidneys. Now, for kick. The first in the kick series is the Q, and it's the parasympathetics, and it's M1, and it involves CNS and enteric nervous system. The I in kick is M2, which reduces heart rate and contractility of the atria. The second Q in kick is M3, which increases exocrine gland secretions, lacrimal, sweat, salivary, gastric acid, increases gut peristalsis, increases bladder contraction, bronchoconstriction, increases pupillary sphincter muscle contraction, meiosis, ciliary muscle contraction, accommodation. And that's all we're going to get into today.